Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to yet another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can create a cinematic video on your Nikon D3200 camera. Though I really don't like to use that camera for video purposes as it has a lot of restrictions. But it is a 10 years old camera, so I have no complaint about it as it's a very good camera for photography and all that. But video is a very separate thing. So if there is a restriction, there is a challenge and there is a good YouTube video idea. So I have tried to implement all the things I knew about filmmaking by using that Nikon D3200 camera and create a small cinematic sequence. So we will watch the sequence first and then I'm going to share some tips and tricks so that you guys can also be able to do that. If you guys don't like the sequence, I will still suggest you to watch the full video as the tips I'm going to share, you can use those for any camera, even with your phone. So let's watch the clip. So, how was it? Let me know in the comment section. If you like the video so far, hit that like button and consider subscribing. But wait, the video is not finished yet. So let me share some tips how you can shoot cinematic videos. Change your camera settings to 24 frames per second. Technically it's 23.976, but we can consider it 24 frames per second. All the movies nowadays we saw is in 24 frames per second. It looks natural and cinematic to our eyes. Our eyes instantly recognize it as a cinema look. It is just the way it is. You can use 30 or 60 FPS if you want, but it will look like a TV show or news. If you want cinematic look or natural motion blur, use 24 frames per second. After changing your settings to 24 frames per second, you have to choose a shutter speed which is double of your frame size. As we choose 24 frames per second, the shutter speed will be 1/48. But most camera doesn't have 1/48, so we will choose the nearest one which is 1/50. So the shutter speed will be 1/50. You can go 1/60. That doesn't make any difference. That is totally an artistic choice, but a shallow depth of field is the most common thing which will make your sequence more cinematic. Almost all the movies use that melting background to separate the subject from the background. You cannot find any movie which doesn't use shallow depth of field. To get that very shallow depth of field, you have to use a very fast lens with a very low aperture. Generally those lenses are very expensive, but you can use some alternatives like a 50mm prime lens with f1.8. I have shoot all the close-up shots in that video with this 50mm prime lens, and these lenses are very cheap. It's like $100, but you will get a very good quality image. So if you want more information about this lens, I have already made a video about that. I will add a link in the description or add somewhere here or here. Now let's talk about lighting. Lighting is very important to make a video cinematic. If you are shooting outside, try to shoot in the golden hours when the light is very soft. Try to avoid shooting when the sun is too bright and create a very harsh shadows. If you are shooting indoors, a proper lighting will instantly make your footage cinematic. For example, all of my scenes I use orange and teal color combination as it's a very popular color combination in movies. As you know, Nikon D3200 is a very low-res video camera and it doesn't have flat picture profile. So I knew I have to get the proper lighting to get the look because I can't do much in the editing. I didn't do much in the color grading, just some white balance fixing here and there as the footage is not in flat picture profile. I knew if I do much in the color grading, it will look like crap and it's totally an artistic choice, so you can do whatever you want. If you want to learn how to color grade your footage, let me know in the comment section. I may create some videos about it. Some bonus tips are like use a tripod if you are shooting by yourself and add movement by using zoom in and zoom out in the post. If you get a shaky footage, use warp stabilizer to smooth out the footage. Use anamorphic crop bars to hide your framing and adjustments. That's all I can think of now. If I missed something, let me know in the comment section. So that's it for this video. If you like or learned anything from this video, do let me know in the comment section. Hit that like button and consider subscribing if you want more videos like this. See you in the next video. Peace. By the way guys, we have reached 400 subscribers. Thank you for that. We can do 500, right? I am waiting for it. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.